Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today I have one of the no, not the biggest, the second biggest in-game event lore. Okay, it is this game. This event has a little bit of lore built in as well, and the question is it big enough? You know what? Yes, it is big. It is big for sure. And we're gonna got lots and lots of ship sale, and it is Invictus launch week 2955. This is a more closer to like 4th of July military celebration for those who are in the US and for those or anywhere around the world. It's basically prob did they tie this to Independence Day in general? I totally forgotten about that because we do have, I think this is tied to independent, like 4th of July is obviously independence, and then blah blah blah, and then we got lots of fireworks, display military ships. So that is like a very typical Independence Day celebration. Okay, so before we begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And of course, the only PSA you need to know is you do not need to buy any of this shit with real money. All you need is a starter pack. And I already checked out the starter pack selection, and we have a good one, if not the best one. And of course, we have the Idris. Okay, who am I kidding? This year's Invictus launch week is to showcase the biggest awesome ship, or rather the biggest awesome military ship. And we have the Idris for this year. And of course, it's a big boy ship. It is an expensive ship. I will have a separate video for the Idris, and it is expensive. That's what I'm gonna say. So before we go into it, let's take a quick look on the Invictus launch week. We have free fly as expected, May 15 to May 27. That's a good 2 weeks. That's a good 2 weeks. Okay, not exactly 2 weeks. Close enough. All right. Technically, it's like 12 days ish. All right, so that's that, and yeah, okay, got everything. This year they're gonna hold on the Riker Memorial Spaceport at Arc Corp, which is great. All right, one thing nice about Star Citizen lately is that when they reach the milestone of not say interplanetary, but interplanetary stuff, and we get convention center, literally a in-game convention, which is very, very nice. I love it. I love it. Okay, and proud history of Invictus launch week. Invictus marks the beginning of the new year. UE Navy recruits celebrate the graduation of latest crew. Origins date back to the first war. So it's not independence per se, but they won the first Terran War. Celebrate most season. Okay, yeah. So there we go. And we're gonna take a look at the discounted starter pack first. Unfortunately, I can only get in Canadian dollars. Alright, in US dollars, it's straightforward, $65 for the Duelist Invictus starter pack. And this is the best pack, in my opinion. I think this would be the king of starter pack. Number one, it is the Avenger Titan, the best starter ship out there. I'm going to call it a starter plus ship because this is technically not a starter ship, but it became a starter ship by the community. 40,000 UEC, that's a lot of UEC. And then if we're going to take the exchange, if the exchange is still valid, 1,000 UEC is equivalent to $1. So you got $40 here. But because it's a pack, so let's say $20 worth of in-game currency, 120 months insurance. Now that's a big deal. Yep, if you don't get LTI, that's okay, as long you get 120 months, and that is 10-year insurance. That's a lot. Aero view hanger, that's okay. You also get 2 sets. All right, you get an Arc Mark 10 Singularity armor and the Death. I won't say Death. This is basically the Outlaw armor. All right, so it's Clash. Oh, interesting. Clash, Death Heads helmet. Okay, cool. Looks like they mix and match a little bit. So you get 2 sets of armor, and you should get skin. All right, cool. Invictus blue and gold paint. So that's default. So this is one. I think this is the best. Okay, because if you take a look at the ship by itself, the ship is about $60 retail sticker price. You get $40 worth of in-game currency if the exchange still maintain, and that is 60 plus 40, that's $100 if we were to calculate this way. However, we cannot calculate this way, so I would say cut everything by half. The ship is $30, and then you get $20 worth of in-game currency, and it's still okay, right? $50, you're paying 65. Do note again, Canadian dollars. Ugh, yeah. So it's $65. This is a discounted pack, and of course you do get some what do you call this? Armor. Sadly, there's no weapon. If they have, you know what? Yeah, this is the best so far. If this has a weapon, I think this is the complete pack, in my opinion. The next up, we have the Seeker Invictus Starter Pack. This one, I think we can ignore it. But if you want, because $72, I forgot to convert. 72, I think, is about $40 and nope. Let me do a quick conversion. $50. $50 for this guy, 65. Yeah, no. If you want to recommend a starter pack, the cheapest one is $40.50, unless they hike up in price this year. So far, so good. All right. And yeah, I would say go for this guy. Just go for it. For those who are on the fence, because this is, and at the end of the day, you get more mileage on the Avenger Titan, personally. Whew. All right, next up we have skins. Nope. Easy, straight up. Nope. I don't even need to see the price. Yeah, nope. No, 42 Canadian dollars. That is $30. You get, yeah, no way. I'm not bothered. Yeah, as much as I kind of like this in terms of the skin, but no. Next up, I think that's that. Okay, so what's new at Invictus? What do we have new here? UEEN training exercise. Great, nice. So we have some in-game event. Hunt the Polaris. Another event. Cool. This is for people who wants to test out their prowess on the Polaris. And of course, for those people who have access to the Idris. Yeah. This is basically a punching bag. Oh boy, cool. And toward the Idris, okay, so for those who are keen to know what is the newest, I won't say newest, but the newest capital ship that you can fly. Okay, hold up. Technically, the Polaris is a capital. The 890 jump is a capital. They changed the, how we call this, the classification. So this is the third capital ship that you can that is flight ready, but this is technically tried and true a capital ship, whereas the Polaris, it just grew up in size and ended up being a capital ship. So anyway, yeah, you got to tour the Idris, which is nice. I love the Idris. The Idris is one of those ships that I want to get, but I will explain a little bit why I did not go for it at the end of the day. Next up, we have the Invictus Treasure Hunt. Cool event. Gilly Training School. All right, cool. And that's that. All right, patch bundles. No, not bothered. Not bothered about this. And last but not least, there's this little thing called vehicle mods. And this is interesting. The question is, why do they want to, you know what? Willing buyer, willing seller. Okay, your favorite modification company that we are releasing this year's flight blades alongside showcase weapon kits from pioneering manufacturer. Alright, cool. Your ship, your way. Flight blades and weapon kits increase your speed or maneuverability or swap out optimization. Your ordnance, it has never been easier. Okay, cool. So basically a small little buff depending on which one you want to choose. The problem I have with this guy is this over here. the price because we have a price tag. And that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Let's go through a quick one, but first I need to convert this in US dollars for you guys. And that's $15 for the non-store credit kit and then $12 for the Warbond kit. Why? The question is why? Okay, so before we do anything, let's go straight to the most important kit, which is the Avengers series, because for those who are going to get Avenger Titan, eventually will have a thought on should I get a kit. Now let's take a look at the store credit kit first, right? So we got okay, give you Stalker, Titan, and Warlock. Okay, so this is, I think it's a little bit better. So you get wait a minute. The question is why though? Why? Because Avenger Titan or the Avengers series is... I'm skeptical right now. Okay, first thing first. This kit includes top speed balance. So I'm gonna guess this has better top speed. Precision handling. So this is more maneuverability. And that's it. PHB, TSB. Okay. Okay, and you get a cool paint for a cool $15. I don't know. I really don't know. Would I pay money for this? No. Straight up, I'm gonna say no. Okay. Yeah, Pisces RXT. Okay, cool. Yeah, for all the variants. And then the Gladius is 24. Why the Gladius is more expensive? Of course, the Gladius is the poster child for Star Citizen, and it is one of the best, I wouldn't say combat ship, but it is the best middle ground balance ship. I think not say all in one. If you want to get into combat and you want to get into, you know, I won't say best of the best, relatively priced, it's good, it is the Gladius. Okay, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, the Gladius is a it's basically all-rounder ship for anyone to just jump into. But it's $25. No, not $25, this is $20. No. No. And then the Hammerhead is, oh my goodness, the Hammerhead is getting more expensive. Yeah, no. I don't know why the Argo MPUV needs one. Redeemer, you just buy it in game, okay, personally. Yeah, these are all technical, I won't say technical, I will call it buff. Yeah, it's basically a buff, or just flight characteristic change. Oh, I don't know, I don't know how to feel this vehicle mods in terms of price, but I'm gonna say straight up, no. Okay, no, this is borderline no. On one end, I need to know more about the kit, like why, how would it get destroyed? Is it a one-time use? There's too many factors to this type of item. That's why I feel very I wouldn't say uncomfortable. I would say uneasiness, because they can just sell you a not so great ship and then they sell you all these kits to upgrade the ship. There's might as well just give it into the ship straight away. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm gonna say uneasiness and predatory, because no. As much as I love Star Citizen, this really questions a lot. Okay, I'm going to put a pin on that for now because there are a few more things I want to talk about and I don't want to waste too much time on it. So next up, we're going to start with Aegis Dynamics and Grey Cat Industrial, and that's where we get the Idris, and we want to see how much it costs. It is a lot. Okay, before we go there, Idris, yeah, cool. Have you watched the trailer? If you watched my video yesterday, I did play the trailer, which is nice. Now we're going to talk about ships for here. And the Warborn Daily Deal is the Vanguard Warden. This is my number 1.5 pick. Ship to buy, not say to buy, for PvE events, okay? Hands down. This one of, yeah, it is. Okay, the reason why I say one and a half, because this ship and the Guardian is interchangeable on my number one spot. Okay, so that's that. Flight Blades, yeah, no. Special offers, not bothered. Patch bundle, not bothered. Complete packs, okay. I logged into my account because I just need to see some of them, and unfortunately the Idris, it requires a concierge account. Yes, I am a sucker. I've spent more than $1,000 on Star Citizen. Okay, so before we go there, let's talk about ships. Avenger Stalker. Okay, so Avenger Stalker, Titan, Titan Renegade, Warlock is a great ship. Now, because we have a starter pack out there, ignore everything else except for the Warlock. The Warlock is an EMP ship. Dot. That's that. Next up, we have a Bomber, the Eclipse, $300. That's overpriced. Oh, can I use the word overpriced? No, I cannot use the word overpriced, because every ship in Star Citizen is overpriced. Okay, I'm gonna move on to a little different when I want to compare price these days, because one of the big things I promised myself is you only really need a starter ship right now. Okay, a lot of ships in game you can buy, and it's, yeah, just get it in game if you have time to grind. And there's only a few or a handful of ships that I don't mind recommending if you want to buy. One of it is the Gladius. Do note, free fly is available, so test all the ships you want before you buy. Okay, so yeah, we have the Gladius at $90. Nice. The Gladius Valayan. Now this is a same ship but different loadout. And when I say loadout, means weaponry, $110. The problem is we don't really have a distinctive skin. Yes, it is a little bit different from the original Gladius, but not much of a difference. So I would say go for the base Gladius. Okay, simple as that. Next up, we have the Hammerhead at $725. Expensive ship. Great ship if you are in a small organization or a small, or no, not org. If you have a group of friends and you just want to bring one ship out to do pew pew, the Hammerhead is a nice ship, but $725, yeah, that's a commitment, okay? But what's worse than $725? The Idris P. Stock limited. I'm going to talk about stock limited later, but Idris P at $1,900. I am not shocked, because I did say I predicted it to be 1,750 or 2,000, like in between that range. So I am close, but not close enough. So 1,900, which is crazy. And of course, we get another big boy at $3,000. Yep. Okay, so we are entering the ludicrous money for Star Citizen, but before we go there, Nautilus, $795. This is a mine-laying ship. Now, I have a theory craft for this guy, and if it really is what I can theory craft, it's actually kind of a fun ship to fly for me. But I'm not going to talk about it today because it is an in-concept ship, and I don't want to speculate, okay? And as much as I love to theory craft, I should not, because it will change people's perspective, and I want to review the ship as it is when it's out. Next up, we have the Redeemer, $330. This is a gunship. Sadly, it did have a nerf on the top turret or the bottom turret. I've forgotten which one. It makes it a little bit not so great. It is nice, but there are better ships out there that actually kind of punch the Redeemer now. Unfortunately, okay. If this ship is cheaper, maybe. Next up, one of my favorite ships is the Retaliator, $175. This is a modular gunship, torpedo ship, cargo running ship. And this is the ship that I don't mind recommending if you want something of a multi-role-ish. But when it comes to combat capability, this is technically not really a solo ship because it only fires torpedo. You don't really have a pilot control, like weapon, not say weapon point. You don't have pew-pewness in your Retaliator if you fly solo. Okay, that's that. Next up, we have the Aegis Saber. This is a stealth fighter. Now, the stealth in the game right now is actually kind of workable. It is fun. It is great. The Saber is a very, very nice ship, okay? $175. This is, I would say, the top of the line combat ship. Now, the difference between the Saber and the Saber Comet is armament, okay? But more importantly, we skip the Firebird first. Compared to the Vanguard, now the Vanguard has more firepower, it has a bit, and that's the reason why I like the Vanguard series more in general. And of course, last but not least, for this Saber series, we have the Firebird, which is a missile fighter. Yeah. So imagine all the Saber, stealth capability and whatnot, you have missiles. So in theory, this is a great hit and run ship. Yeah, you just fly in, unload all your missiles as fast as you can, and then GTFO. Simple as that. Yeah. But $185, is there any other ship that performs almost the same as this guy or close to it? Technically, there is one, right? It's an alien ship, right? And I love that ship, right? It's the Talon Shrike. Awesome. Next up, we have the Vanguard Harbinger. This is a torpedo version. Not torpedo. It says bomber, not torpedo. So I question a little bit, but if it's torpedo, it's size 5. If I'm not mistaken, if they have not changed. Next up, we have a drop ship variant, $240. Sentinel, this is an EMP version, $275. This is a ship that I will recommend if you want to pick up a Vanguard series ship, regardless whether in-game or real money. And of course, the base Vanguard Warden. Now, because it has a special upgrade offer, easy recommendation. Okay, straight up, if you want to spend real money and if you want to go to a bit more, I would say a PvE powerhouse. So far, again, there's only 2 ships on my list that is the best PvE ship. One is the Vanguard, the other one is the Guardian. The Guardian, when it's out, we're gonna review a little bit because we're gonna go through it because there is one new Guardian coming in. Okay, that's that. Next up, we have a utility ship, which is the Vulcan, $200. This is an in-concept ship at the moment. This is for people who want to just chill and do all the utility stuff or logistic stuff. And that's that for the Aegis Dynamics, or from Aegis Dynamics. Cool. Blades, no. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at the Grey Cat Industrial. Now, what do we have? Grey Cat MTC. So this is basically a Ursa, but in the Grey Cat brand. And we only have $150. Because it's vehicle, I'm not bothered, but because MTC is concept to flight ready vehicle, it has LTI. If you get the Warborn edition at $45, it's actually not bad. I won't say it's the cheapest, but this is because it's sub $50 for those who want to spend money for more expensive ship. I would say, yeah, grab the Warborn version and then upgrade to whichever ship you want to. Good news is we have a few ships that I can recommend in the game, and not in the game, in Invictus launch week, and you can use this as a entry point. Okay, and that's that. Yeah, nope, not bothered. Last but not least, before I end, we're gonna take a quick look at Aegis Idris P, because we only get the Peacekeeper variant. We are not getting the M or the military variant. M is only available for those who pledged way back at the day. And the M variant was, you know what? On one end, I'm slightly upset because it cost $1,000, but that is like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I don't really have $1,000 to throw on a whim. In fact, I don't really have $1,000 just to throw on a whim for Star Citizen, just like that, okay? It requires a lot of checklists for me. And to make things worse, a limited numbers of Idris frigates are available at the Chairman Club member only. So even though you have the money to buy, you need to spend $1,000 to begin with. Oof. Oof. Yup. Okay. So before we go there, we already saw the price and stuff. So one bad thing about to buy an Idris is that you need to go through this list, and it is crazy. Sold out. Sold out. 2,145 Canadian dollars. Yeah, I really will not put that type of money in one splash. But then again, if I hit 100k, all right, so this one small little thing, I'm trying to grow this channel, and if I hit 100k subscribers, and if the Idris P is still available, I will get one. That's a promise. Okay, 100k subscribers for this channel, and because one of the biggest reason is I'm gonna cover Star Citizen until whenever it is, as much as I can, that's for sure. And of course, with $2,145, I need to upgrade my PC. I need to upgrade so that I can enjoy Star Citizen. But still, and that is Warbond. Warbond is relatively easier to get, but if you're gonna go store credit, it's 2,171. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Oh boy. Gladius 2-pack. Okay, yeah, no, not bothered with this guy. Not even bothered. I don't know why would you want to buy a 2-pack Warbond edition, because you don't get lifetime insurance. Good news is, regardless if you no wait, Warbond edition, it's 100% lifetime insurance, because like I said, if you're gonna spend this much of money, it has to come with this guy perk. What about credit? Credit, it should come with lifetime insurance. Okay, cool. Because I know anything above $1,000 price tag, you're supposed to get lifetime insurance. That's one of the things. And so the bad part is this. Okay, I need to buy according to the wave, and of course sold out. So I'm not so sure if it's sold out because I missed the wave, or is it sold out as in sold out. Now, obviously, this is kind of a false FOMO, so take it with a grain of salt. Good news is, because of all this thing, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, wave 6, sold out, I don't have the FOMO-ness or the, oh, I did not get it. For me, it's like, oh, I did not get it. Okay. Because I think the Polaris suits my, I wouldn't say daily need, but my daily need for Star Citizen. Yeah, this ship is a big ship. It's an organization ship. And even if you're running a small crew, according to the today's video drop, 12, you need 12 crew members to, if not say efficiently, to get at least the Idris to its I won't say bare minimum, but to its full combat capability. Okay, I cannot use the word full combat capability, to its recommended combat requirement. Yeah, because I think 12 players is for all the guns. And obviously, a ship this big, you need at least 1 or 2 for the engineering, not just the guns. So give or take 15. You need at least 15 crew. Now, a lot of people would say, I can fly this solo because there will be AI blades, NPC, yada yada yada. Sure, if that's the case, then any ship you can fly solo. But then again, the fun thing about the Idris, in my opinion, big ships, is basically a playground, a spaceship playground for people to enjoy. And if you have a group of friends, you have a small organization, or you're part of an organization, it is a fun ship to fly, because I tried it with the Karak. I love it. Partially, some of the friends that I know of that play Star Citizen, they realize, oh, that the not say the brilliance of multi-crew, the funness of a multi-crew ship is to have it and play with friends, and of course a ship that can put extra fighters. Now that's a fun ship. Okay, I'll call it the fun ship. And can I fly it solo? Sure, I can fly any fun ship solo, as long as I can put my toys in it, right? And that's the reason why I love the Polaris. The Idris, as much as I love it, it's a bit hard for me to get. That's one. Number two, I promised myself, okay, is to not buy any ship sticker price. And the problem with the Idris is I have to shell out that much. I can't even get it on a discount. Like I can't even Warborn upgrade. And that's the sad part. Well, good news is I get to enjoy the Polaris a little bit more because of that. So that's that for Invictus Launch Week 2955. It's a long video for this introduction because we have a lot of things to talk about. And I would promise myself for the next few days, we're going to go through a little bit faster. And that's that. Okay, so we got a few more. Oh my goodness, there's a lot more. There's a lot more multi-brand in a day. So anyway, that's that. Oh, I don't know if they want to introduce through here. There's a few ships. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end this. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. Until then, I will see you in the verse and fly dangerous. Yep.